What's up, Dirty Disc Golf, and welcome to my In the Bag. So if you watched my last video, I admitted that I carry 22 different molds in my bag. Yeah, 22. You heard that right. And I know, that sounds like a lot. Today, I'm gonna show you exactly what I have in this bag and what I use them for. So right off the bat, as you can see, I carry the Atlas Pioneer bag. I've had this bag for a couple of months now, and I have to say, I'm really enjoying it. Before this, I was using the standard dynamic disc trooper bag that everybody carries off of Amazon. When I wanted to upgrade to something a little bigger and more professional, this is the bag I landed on. It feels to me like the best bang for your buck professional bag you can get out there without totally breaking the bank. So really like the Atlas Pioneer bag. I have a couple gripes with it, but if you want to see a full review on this bag, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to make that. Diving straight in though to the putters, I carry 3 different putter molds. First off, my putting putters. I carry 2 of the EV7 Phis in the medium OG blend plastic. I've been really liking these. I switched over to these right around the time when they came out. They feel to me kind of like a cross between a Luna and a P2. I was putting with Lunas previously, but I've always kind of liked the P2. So switched over to these, really like them so far. They've treated me well. So those are making the bag as my putting putters. Throwing putters, I carry 2 different Lunas. Speaking of Lunas, I have just a regular putter blend Luna that's pretty beaten in. This I can get to flip up, I can get to fly flat, I can force over pretty easy. So this is kind of my nice touch putter upshot. And then I carry a 2021 Tour Series Luna. This is kind of my driving putter. It can handle the torque. It's a little more overstable, so I can put it flat on hyzer or Annie and even get it to come out at the very end. I can get some good distance with this. So that's my driving putter. My go-to approach disc, of course, has to be the Zone, and I carry 2 different zones in my bag. You know, this is the only putter that I'll throw on a forehand. I carry a Z zone and a Jawbreaker zone. I love the Jawbreaker plastic. If I want the disc to hit and stick, I know I'm not gonna get as much skip out of this, so really enjoying that. And I know once it beats in, it'll go a little straighter for me. But forehand, backhand, anything where I need that big hyzer, right to left moving approach shot, the Zone is my go-to. All right, now on to mid-range. I currently carry 3 different mid-ranges, an understable, a neutral, and an overstable, all from Discraft. Starting out with my understable, I carry an ESP Meteor. Now this might be one of my favorite discs in my bag. I love the Meteor. It just has a really beautiful left to right pushing turn to it. You can get great distance out of it, easy to throw, fun to throw. You can do some really great lines. So really love and rely on the Meteor. And then I carry a Z Buzz. I had an ESP Buzz in the bag for a little while, but it was starting to get a little flippier, so I just recently put this Z Buzz in the bag. And you know, after seeing Drew Gibson rip one of these all over courses all year on the Pro Tour, you know, you can't go wrong with the Buzz. Everybody knows it, everybody loves it. Straight, neutral, great disc. My overstable spot, I throw an ESP Malta. I really like this disc. It's definitely feels a little different in the hand. It's beaded and it's kind of a smaller rim. But I really like this disc. I can rip on it hard. I can trust it to fade out at the end and not turn and burn on me. So really like the Malta. Moving on to my Fairway Drivers. Now this is where the majority of my discs are for the most part. I carry a lot of Fairway Drivers and I know there's a lot of overlap. So bear with me as I get through these. The first Fairway Driver is the Prototype Passion. Now this is one of the newest discs in my bag, but I've really been liking it so far. Kind of like a longer buzz. It's pretty straight, seems to hold whatever line you put it on. And being an 8-speed, it just is a good speed for my arm. I can trust it. I can put it out there flat and trust it to ride flat. So enjoying the Proto Passion. Next up, I carry an ESP Stalker, one of the Haley King commemorative discs. I like this, a little more overstable than the Passion, but can still get some great straight flight with just a good fade at the end. And then in my kind of overstable 7-speed slot, I have this Discmania Instinct. I got this from the 2021 mystery box. You can watch that video, the link below. but really liking this kind of for that T-bird spot. This actually replaced the T-bird in my bag, so really like the Discmania Instinct. So kind of a go-to overstable to straight driver for me. And then moving up, I have the Discmania Essence. This is kind of my go-to turnover disc. I can put this on hyzer or flat and expect it to flip up and carry to the right, which is a really fun shot to throw. So I really like the Essence, but it's a little more of a utility shot for me. I don't pull it out a ton, but when I need that shot, this disc is great. Then I have a Discmania CD2 in the G line. Now this is kind of a beat up old G line CD2, so this thing's pretty flippy for me, but I really love this disc. This is one that I go to a lot, that I can really trust, that I can get to kind of go right with a little bit of fade at the very end, or if I put it on any, really just get it going right the entire time. So I love this beat up G line CD2. I like the gumminess of the plastic as well. And then maybe one of my favorite discs of all time is the TI Undertaker. This is just my need it to go far and dead straight disc. I love the Undertaker. I mean, what else can I say? It's a great disc. Might be one of my most thrown discs in the bag. It's a staple for me, for sure. Now getting into my more stable discs, I have a 2020 Tour Series Thunderbird. This doesn't come out a lot. It's obviously more stable than the Undertaker, but less stable than some of the discs I have in my bag. Hardly ever throw it. Like to bag it. Not sure why, but hey, for some reason it made the cut. All right, next up in stability, I have a Discmania FD3. Now this disc I do like a lot. This is the Glow C-Line plastic. I tend to rely on this a lot. Any kind of fairway driver speed shot on hyzer, this is what I'm gonna go to. So it just feels really comfortable in my hand. I like the plastic. I seem to get good results with it, so I go to it a lot. My most kind of overstable in that slot is this 2020 Tour Series Paul Ulibarri Raptor. This is my go-to forehand for fairway drivers, or if I really need that big hyzer shot or in wind, this is what I'll go to. So, you know, Raptor, tried and true. Not much else to say about that. And then I carry two more fairway drivers. I have an ESP Vulture, you know, kind of like that Thunderbird. I hardly ever pull this out. In theory, it's gonna be kind of straight with some fade at the end. This thing tends to fly fairly overstable with me, so it's a little redundant, but it's in the bag in case I ever want to throw it. And then I have my ESP Onyx. Now I do like this disc a lot, although once again, it's pretty redundant with that FD3. I think it just kind of comes down to which disc I'm feeling more that day, to which I'll throw, but can get it straight with some good fade at the end, pretty overstable. I like the disc, so it makes the bag. All right, now we're on to the distance drivers. First up is just a F2 Starline Wraith. This is kind of my go-to workhorse disc in the bag. This thing is kind of nice and beat in, a little gummy, so I can get it to flip and go right for me. It's a little more understable than some new Wraith for me, but I love this disc. I can get some good distance out of it because I can get a full S turn and still trust the late stability. And I like the 11 speed, just fits better in my hand than some of these bigger speed discs. So Star Wraith, love that disc. Another newer addition is the Discraft Big Z Hades. I just put this disc in the bag actually about a week ago, and I've only thrown it a couple times. So, you know, I put it in the bag just because I wanted to take it out and try it out for my kind of more understable distance driver slot. I mean, it's a beautiful disc. I like it in theory. You know, it'll be interesting to see kind of in the coming year though if it stays in the bag. All right, then we have Discmania Enigma. You know, once again, kind of similar to the Hades probably in terms of the slot I want it to fill. Haven't thrown it a ton. This also came out of that Discmania mystery box, but I've enjoyed testing it out and throwing it. Got some good results, a little bit of mixed results for me, but that's probably more due to my form than it is the actual disc. But, you know, in theory, pretty straight with a good finish. Should be a decent bomber disc, but you know, we'll see as the year goes on. So then I have the ESP Zeus. I do tend to throw this disc a lot. My local course in Huntington Beach has a lot of kind of stock, you know, 350-foot hyzer shots. So this is the disc that I go to for most of those, would be the Zeus. I don't really get much flex or turn out of this disc. It flies pretty overstable for me, but it's kind of my go-to distance driver if I need that hyzer line. Then I have Big Z Force, beautiful disc, my goodness. But mostly I only forehand this disc, partly just because I don't have the arm speed to really backhand it and do anything other than get it to dive to the ground, and I tend to throw the Zeus when I do that shot. So this is my go-to forehand disc for my distance drivers, but mostly in the bag just because I love the look, I love the stamp, it's a cool disc, and I get good results on forehand. So, all right, last two discs in my bag. I have an ESP Nuke. If I really need maximum distance, this is what I'm reaching for. I can get a little bit of turn out of this disc before it fades out if I throw it flat. And when I can put a move on it, which is maybe 1 in 5, I can get some good distance out of this disc. So I really like the ESP plastic though. It's got a good feel, kind of a good mix between some gumminess and the right amount of stiffness, and just feels good in the hand, good grip. So this is kind of my go-to bomber, Paige Pierce ESP Nuke. Then the last disc in my bag is just pure utility, which is this Discraft 2015 Ledgestone Edition TI Flex Nuke OS. So once again, another new addition to the bag. This came from the Trash Panda Holiday Disc Swap. So huge shout out to whoever sent me this disc. Really fun disc to have in the bag, super overstable. Can't get it to go very far. You know, it kind of is a get out of jail card for me. So whether it's a tomahawk or a thumber, or just kind of an up and down shot, utility disc for me. Don't throw it very much, definitely not every round, but have it in the bag where I need it, it's invaluable. So those are all the discs in my bag. Those are my, I think at this point actually 23 different molds that I'm currently bagging. Other things in the bag, I have a couple minis here on either side. Shout out to Trash Panda once again for the recycled mini. And then I have the flight towel, Trash Panda flight towel. Of course, great for warming up, working on form, keeping my disc dry during rounds. Here on this side, I keep a rangefinder. Just got this actually for Christmas, so I haven't even had a round with it, but this is the Apex rangefinder, so excited to get out and use that. Mostly just for fun. Don't really need it for the way that I play, but it's always fun to check distances. Just a couple microfiber towels over here to help keep the disc dry. And then on the other side, we have whale sack, just a nice band for stretching and warming up, 4 rounds, and then you gotta have snacks. So we got some protein bars and a Sharpie, and that's it. That is what is in my bag at the very end of 2021. So one of the reasons I wanted to make this video was just so I can look back and see over the next year how this bag is gonna change. One of my goals for the coming year is to really dial in what makes my bag, to try and narrow down this ridiculous stack and see if I can't be a little more succinct in the disc that I carry, have a little less noise going on here, and kind of not carry discs I'm never gonna throw. So that's what made my bag. I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you carry, what makes your bag, what your go-to discs are. Hey, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe if you want. Hope you had a great year, and I'll see you in the next one.